A team exploring Oak Island discovers a dense wooden bone, hinting at a deeper mystery related to human remains buried within the muddy swamp. This discovery raises questions about past secrets kept within the island, leading the team to uncover more clues suggesting an unfinished story involving potentially tragic events. The team finds an unusual, empty vault and evidence of human activity in the swamp. Iron spikes, chisels, and worn leather boots, signaling that someone had been there before. They connect these discoveries to grave sites from the mid-19th century, proposing the intriguing idea that the original discoverer, Anthony Graves, might have stumbled upon a hidden vault containing valuables, but chose to remain silent about it. As excitement builds within the team regarding the potential for more vaults, they begin to trace a mysterious, rocky path that seems to weave through the swamp, unveiling hidden markings and signs of human intervention. With every dig, they hope to uncover more of this buried past, but each step through the muck reveals the complexities of history buried beneath the land. Amidst the discoveries, new evidence emerges, a human skull fragment, signaling an elaborate history filled with secrets and conflicts rather than mere treasure hunting. Uniquely, the remains imply connections between cultures thousands of miles apart, bringing forth theories of everything from Templar pursuits to potential ancient rituals. As the team evaluates their finds, they recognize the possibility that Oak Island was once a meeting ground for diverse cultures. The presence of both European and Middle Eastern skeletal remains prompts questions about the island's role in historical travels, potentially but as a way of honoring forgotten paths of those lost eternally connected within tales of blood-soaked earth unmarred by lucrative aspirations. The mystery of Oak Island has long enthralled treasure hunters, especially the Lagena brothers, Rick and Marty, whose adventure began with a 1965 Reader's Digest article. Their quest, documented by the History Channel in The Curse of Oak Island, is marked by the discovery of various artifacts, including a lead cross linked to the Knights Templar, indicating a complex history on the island. As they mine the infamous Money Pit, their journey is rife with danger and uncertainty. It resembles a real-life Bermuda Triangle, where even advanced technologies like ground-penetrating radar cannot guarantee success. With every deeper excavation, not only does the ground become unstable, but the significant emotional toll on Rick becomes increasingly apparent. He grapples with cycles of optimism and despair, reflecting the profound psychological strain of a pursuit that tests personal relationships and well-being. These themes are emphasized in Season 12, which demonstrates how the experiences of searching for treasure are intertwined with profound emotional issues. The fact that Rick has invested his own resources and relationships into their expedition gives it more weight, particularly in light of the terrifying tale that states 7 lives must be lost before any wealth can be discovered. The tragic history of the island has already cost the lives of 6 people, which is a tragic turn of events. The most recent discoveries have provided hints of more sinister storylines, implying that historical rites were interwoven with the possibility of human sacrifice. Following the discovery of artifacts that provide evidence of ancient rituals, the brothers are forced to reevaluate the reasons that led them to investigate the possibility of treasure. Every new discovery, whether it be Spanish money or hypothetical buildings resembling vaults, adds another layer of intrigue to the mystery, making it difficult to differentiate between the pursuit of treasure and the comprehension of a historical tragedy. Rick and Marty continue to be resolute in their pursuit of knowledge while being caught in the complicated legacy of the island. The harsh environment of the island, on the other hand, persistently undermines their goals and objectives, resulting in a conflict that is both emotional and physical. As they continue to delve deeper into the marsh and come across structures that are connected to enigmatic rituals, their journey starts to change into a quest to learn the darker realities that the island has to offer. The spectator is left wondering whether they will find riches or face consequences that they did not anticipate as a result of the suspense that their quest continues to generate.
Oak Island's mystery never ceases to astound us. But what precisely? Let's find out. John Stemmer supports the official Quest of Oak Island website, where you can read a fascinating article about this region. Laird, the expert, believes the ring of stones they discovered could be the foundation of a circular structure. Interesting, yes? When investigating the structure of Lot 5 in minute detail, concentric rings of stones are visible from approximately 100 feet away from the shore. An insightful contributor by the name of Barbara Kopak made an insightful point. She hypothesized that this structure was a kiln, possibly a lime kiln. Its design resembles an ancient Roman furnace discovered in Europe. It is important to observe that Barbara's experience as an architectural artist enabled her to make this intriguing connection. Its proximity glazing techniques were extraordinarily inventive. They utilized salt, lead, and tin, invented later, to create an impregnable, complex covering. At this point, things begin to become somewhat chaotic. A pottery instructor asserts that adding saline or ocean water to clay causes its surface to bloom. The kiln firing process produces a beautiful salt patina. Can you imagine the ancient Romans using ocean water to produce these beautiful orange peel-textured pipes?
The Oak Island team is on a treasure hunt in the garden shaft, where they have found gold inside an old wooden ladder deep underground. The area is filled with clues, including trees, water, walls, roads, and wood that look like they came from the 1500s. A crack broke open at 90 feet, and what emerged was not dirt but golden water, golden trees, and a tunnel below. The crew was armed with fancy machines and years of frustration, but they were determined to find something substantial. They began with the water, which was liquid laced with tiny hints of gold. They called the new hotspot the Baby Blob, a patch of dirt no bigger than a tool shed, and it had the right numbers. The gold traces led them to the core samples, which pointed to the core. The team found a ladder hidden in a tunnel, and they decided to put it in their XRF because they had detected high gold values in the area. One day, the garden shaft became their playground or battleground. They dragged rigs into place, lowered steel into the earth, and waited for something to crack at 90 feet. A grinding howl came up from the dirt, and they hit a hole where no space should be. The crew froze, but they found 3 different boreholes all in a straight line east to west. The old shaft was not alone, as the crew found more wood in the same texture and color. They circled the sample like vultures around the discovery. A fresh discovery was made, and the team was looking at a clue carved by someone long dead back at the lab. The team dried out the wood and fired up the machine again, and Emma blinked at the readings. The team hit a wall of silence, and they set up a new drill to probing the walls like a dentist with a new patient. The water showed gold, and the team tested the inside of the shaft to see if it was buried in the same golden breath that hung over the baby blob. The team is drilling for gold on Oak Island, a small island in the Bahamas. They are searching for a hidden treasure that they believe has been hiding there for years. The drilling hits a void at 90 feet, and the space widens as the pressure drops. The team runs tests and tests, finding more gold every step. This is not just a hunt, but a confession of the island's hidden secrets, ecological and political ones. In the official nerve center, the interpretive center, Emma Culligan works her magic by scanning wood from the garden shaft, finding gold. The deeper they go, the more gold shows up, and the deeper they dig, the clearer it seems that someone was there before a tunnel, shaft, and road to the 1500s. Craig Tester, running the show picture, is with the Duma drilling team, currently at 68 feet down and going for 80. Their goal is to waterproof the levels while they get clean samples and try to hit a jackpot. They find gold in the wood, a tunnel, and gold traces from the treasure zone nearby. The garden shaft becomes the center of something, and Paul Coate from the drilling team has a system of 12 holes strategically placed around the shaft. The goal is not just to find treasure, but to prove the setup is part of a larger machine, and the only way to learn is to pull the ropes. Tom Nolan's father, Tom Nolan, believes something was going on Oak Island, a forgotten stretch of dirt. As they dig in Lot 13, they find strange burn sticks, weird clay, and charred bits that look like someone set up a barbecue centuries ago. They think this stuff is out of place and that someone brought it or hid something under it. The team finds the same design in Portugal, which is nearly identical, built with the same stone-laying technique known to have been used by the Portuguese during the 1400s and 1500s. This little coincidence, not so much anymore. Theories start stacking up: burned wood, odd-shaped formations, gold, trace stone roads, strange clay, all pointing to something buried not just in the ground, but in history. Rick thinks it's not just a structure, but a hand-built secret burial-type vault, covered in blue clay to keep water out and buried under boulders like a medieval safe. Dr. Ian Spooner steps in to test these theories, and when he pulls up clay fused to charred wood, it pauses. That's not natural. It's someone hiding something. The soil is too thick, rich, and tampered for this area. It's not just a spot, it's a scene, a piece of land. Templar. Historical evidence has tied their movements to the Atlantic. Old maps, coded manuscripts, and even French relics have pointed back to Nova Scotia. Skeptics laugh at this theory, but now they are faced with a precise multi-tunnel system built deep beneath the earth. The tunnel structure bears eerie resemblance to medieval defense systems, buried vaults, trap layouts, and multi-entry access designed for escape or concealment. On the island's surface, Gary Drayton's metal detector lights up like a war drum near the shoreline, near the eastern swamp. He finds coins of 17th century British origin, 2 of them worn buried deep beneath layers of rock and pyite. One of them bears the year 1771. This suggests human presence, not just any presence, someone with purpose who dropped them while concealing something or marked a trail they hoped someone would follow. Gary Drayton and his team store the finds not to hoard but to compare the deeper they go, finding buttons from old military uniforms, wheels believed to be casters, and equipment used in tunnel projects. This stacks up into one clear conclusion. Someone was here before someone dug here before, and someone tried very hard to make sure we wouldn't know. The new sonar data makes the tunnel's entry point so electrifying, and a week after mapping the tunnel's entry point, the team discovers a pocket, a void, roughly 20 feet beyond the current excavation line. The scans are too clean and too symmetrical, but it seems like the chamber might be real, and the tunnel may be leading there. Oak Island, a famously unstable island, has been the site of numerous excavations and collapses over the centuries. The team is now using digital remote probing, micro cameras, vibration sensors, and magnetic resonance to study the underground structure. They are no longer just treasure hunters, but data miners, scanning every layer of Earth like a book. The team discovers that the underground structure is an engineering obstacle course, with a time capsule or something more hazardous. The group must make a decision about what is located beyond the subsequent tunnel in order to proceed with their mission to discover the concealed chamber at the base of Oak Island.
About the Templars' genuine influence, the possibility of unearthing something of such crucial importance has piqued the interest of numerous treasure hunters and historians located in various parts of the globe. However, even the most knowledgeable individuals are still baffled by the mystery of Oak Island. What other peculiar clues and hidden treasures could be lurking somewhere in this area? Each new discovery we make on the island provides us with additional hints that have the potential to alter how we interpret the past. Could it be possible to unearth the long-buried secrets of the Templars and learn what they interred on Oak Island? As more information about Oak Island's history becomes available, the mystery surrounding the island continues to grow, leaving us inquisitive about the unsolved mysteries that may be concealed beneath its surface. The recent discovery of a medieval crossbow bolt on Oak Island has spurred speculation that the Knights Templar may be involved. This enigmatic society was active during the time of the Crusades. It was renowned for its mysterious customs and the rumors about its riches that circulated. The discovery of the crossbow bolt adds another layer of enigma to Oak Island's lengthy and illustrious past, which was already fraught with enigma to begin with. In the past, it is conceivable that the Knights Templar traveled to or even resided on the island. The discovery that the bolt dates to the 13th century enhances the historical significance of the object and situates it within the larger context of the island's history. This discovery adds to the growing body of evidence, suggesting that Oak Island was the site of a significant event in the island's past. The discovery of Nolan's Cross on Oak Island has also sparked widespread speculation regarding the possible role of the Knights Templar in the annals of the island. However, additional research is necessary to fully comprehend the effects of these discoveries. This occurrence serves as a cautionary reminder to approach stories of unexpected discoveries with a skeptical mindset. There are many variables that can affect the veracity and dependability of such stories, but it is possible to stumble upon something genuinely exceptional. It may be challenging to determine the veracity of these reports because they could be the result of anything from pranks and misunderstandings to blatant fabrications. As more of the money pit was excavated, a complex network of tunnels and passages, as well as numerous artifacts and intriguing objects, were uncovered. Since then, a large number of daring explorers have traveled to the location in the hopes of unearthing the legendary treasures that are said to be buried there, thereby putting an end to the mystery encircling the location. Despite the numerous expeditions and excavations that have been conducted, the money pit remains a tantalizing enigma that entices the daring and the curious to uncover its secrets. This ancient tale recounts a story of daring deeds, treacherous plots, and the pursuit of wealth beyond one's wildest ambitions.
Flashy, but a tiny sliver of metal tucked in the mud had markings not fully Latin, clearly Arabic, some strange in-between symbols that blurred cultures. A secret handshake etched in metal was a message experts clashed hard over. One camp swore it was a Crusader cross adapted through cultural drift. Another group insisted it was Phoenician. Some outliers even brought up early Coptic Christian influences. The money pit might not be just a trap, it might have been a tomb or prison. Old records were torn apart, and a small note stuck out a mention of a foreign engineer named CM. When fed the symbols through new AI-powered decryption software, parts started making more sense, with characters resembling ancient Semitic scripts close to Phoenician or early Hebrew. Oak Island is always leaked, and when it leaks, message boards exploded. It's unclear whether this is a hidden sect, a Templar tomb, or proof of pre-Columbian contact people. Oak Island, a mysterious island off the coast of Nova Scotia, has been the site of a series of mysterious events and discoveries. The team, led by a precision shaft, has been working on a vault that may be more than just hiding gold. It might have been hiding the truth. Isotope testing on the bones has revealed more about the island's history, including traces of seafood, heavy minerals, and trace elements from areas near modern-day Lebanon. DNA sequencing has also been conducted, with mitochondrial lines pointing to ancestry along the eastern Mediterranean coast. The team has brought in linguists to analyze every marking on the island, including a cross, stone carvings, and geometric ratios tied to celestial cycles. The island has been buried with traps and resin, and locals have reported strange activity, including drones flying overhead at night and unmarked boats anchored offshore with high-end scanning tech. Behind the scenes, the lab teams have uncovered protein residue on the bones, possibly a chemical compound found in old preservation methods. This suggests that the buried man was cared for and preserved him with care. The small cross, traced to a mine near the Sinai Peninsula thousands of kilometers away, has been traced to a mine near the Sinai Peninsula. The team works under round-the-clock surveillance, not for safety, but because eyes are watching. They have been contacted by shadowy groups claiming to represent religious archives, and one even offered to buy the bones that never made it past the inbox. As they continue to work, the soil around them warps, and every bone has a voice. Once upon a time, LagIna found himself standing by himself at the perimeter of RP3, unable to view any plans or maps. He witnessed a man who was far away from his home, buried in silence, and longing